Welcome to 5 Minutes With, the show where we spend around 5 minutes or so with a motorsport start. And today on the show we have.
My name's Roman Bilinski and I race in Formula 3.
Welcome to the show, Roman. Thank you so much for making the time for this today.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Good to hear. So, you had, it's fair to say, an incredible debut in Melbourne in Formula 3 this season, getting a podium in the sprint race. Were you surprised by your pace, and how difficult was it in the wet in the feature race in Australia?
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely a very good result, especially for my first race in Formula 3 to be on the podium and first Polish driver also to get a podium is a really cool feeling. Honestly, I'd be lying if I said we weren't a little bit disappointed because there was a bit more potential. And I guess this is a bit of a racing driver mentality. If unless you're winning, you're always not fully satisfied. But no, it was definitely a very good debut. And then, like you said, the weather in the feature race was just something unbelievable. You could barely see anything. You didn't know where the car in front of you was. So yeah, it was definitely a difficult thing to manage, but that's one of these things. We're in a sport with changing conditions.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And how's it been adapting to the Formula 3 this car this year compared to cars like Freca like you've raced in past series?
Yeah, for sure. It's been a difficult thing, to be honest. I mean, every car, is a little bit different. We had also testing in the old F3 car, then we had to learn a new F3 car. So there's lots of things. The tire is a big thing. In the Freca car, you could kind of keep pushing in qualifying and even in the race, keep pushing and you could get away with it and keep improving the time. Whereas in F3, that you have that one lap and you have to extract all the performance for that one lap. Otherwise, the tire degrades and it's just over. So you have to be driving at 100% because you have 29 other drivers who aren't going to make mistakes. And you have to see where you end up.
Is the degradation something that's a big change as well? I mean, I know you say extracting the performance is key, but is it something that is very much a challenge when it comes to making sure that you last the whole race distance?
Yeah, definitely 100%. It's a difficult thing to manage and a massive step from Freca. Whereas in Freca, you don't really have to manage maybe a tiny bit. In F3, there's a whole process. And if you don't, you're gonna be paying for it midway to the end of the race. So there's lots of communication with your team, the engineers, there's lots of preparation that goes in beforehand, learning what you can do to the tires, how you can help save them a little bit and still extract as much performance as you can without slowing too much.
Yeah, definitely. The Pirelli tires are a real challenge, but once you get on top of them, they are something that can very much reward you, I'm sure. Now, you did mention before about being the first podium stander from Poland, which I didn't realize until you until you mentioned just that. That's a good start. Definitely use that whenever you can. But as people could probably tell from your accent, you were born in the UK, but you race with a Polish license. What is the appetite like for another Polish Formula One driver? Because I believe Kubica is the only one to this day still. And yeah, obviously his success, his heyday was quite a time ago. So what's the appetite like for another Polish Formula One driver?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you had Robert Kubica, who is a massive, massive inspiration to me and one of my idols. So, yeah, I'd say it's really high. The support I get in Poland is fantastic. The fans are unbelievably crazy and passionate. So, I think they'd love to see another driver in Formula One performing as well, which I would love to be the person to fulfill that spot. But there's a lot of work that has to go into there. There's lots of things. Motorsport's a very expensive sport, so hopefully some backing and things like this can go well. But I'm in a fantastic team this year with Rodin. I think we're doing a good job so far. So as long as we keep all working hard together as a team, I don't see why those results and these things can't happen.
Yeah, fair enough. And on that as well, I mean, I think you've already answered this question a little bit earlier on, but what are your aims and expectations for this season? It sounds like you're very much aiming for the top step of the podium at some point this campaign.
Yeah, of course, as a driver, you want to win every single race, pole it all the time, and go home. It's one of those things. But I have to be realistic. I'm a rookie coming into this, so there's a couple tracks I didn't know which we've been to and things like this. But I just want to keep learning. I want to keep doing the best job I can do, and we'll see where those results put us. I think we have a good car. I think the team's working very, very well together. So I can't really say a actual number, but I want to win every race.
That's fair enough. If you're not aiming to win every race, that's absolutely that's what you got to be doing at the end of the day. That's got
Yeah,
to be your aim. And as well, just a bit off the cuff here, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but have you raced at Imola before?
I have.
Right, yeah. So, and I don't think you would have raced at Melbourne or Bahrain before. So, how much of a difference is that making? Because the next Formula 3 round is in Imola, obviously. How much of a difference do you think that's going to make to your chances, really?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was one of those things where those first two rounds, maybe your second and third year drivers would have a bit more of an advantage or something like this. And I think it's going to swing back. Maybe not give us an advantage, but close that gap a little bit, which will be nice because these next tracks I've driven all of them. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Imola's an incredible track, one of my favorites actually. It's just a fantastic. The corners are just something insane. Being in Italy is a nice thing also for the food and everything. So I feel very at home there.
Yeah, I will definitely second you that on the food as well for sure. And yeah, there's so many iconic corners and they just sound nice as well. Acqua minerale and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It just rolls off the tongue. But
yeah.
yeah, no, thank you so much, Roman. It's been great chatting with you, and yeah, best of luck for the rest of the Formula 3 campaign.
Thank you very much, and I really appreciate your time and having me on here.
Oh, thank you very much. Who do you guys want to see next on the show? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to see more like this. And just check out the old ones as well. We've got a whole raft of Formula 2 and Formula 3 drivers. Some Formula 2 drivers that are now Formula 1 drivers as well. So do check out the interviews with those if you get the time. Thank you very much and see you soon.